pray with humbleness. Matthew 15, verse 27 and 28 reads, "Yes, Lord," she said, "even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." Then Jesus answered, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." D.L. Moody said, "Be humble or you'll stumble." Prayer is the ultimate humbling experience because you're forced to acknowledge your dependence on a superior being. It is easier to stay humble when you keep the purpose of prayer in mind. Prayer is not a way to force God to do miracles on your behalf. God is not like a vending machine where you can insert a few prayers and expect a miracle to pop out. The purpose of prayer is not to change God's mind, but to change your own mind. According to Malachi 3:6 and Hebrews 13, verse 28, says that God does not change. So no matter how much we pray for God to do something, He is only going to do what He has said in His Word that He will do. For example, our prayers cannot convince God to save a friend or a relative. He already desires for every person to be saved. He gave His very best, His only Son, as a gift to make salvation possible for every person. What more do you want Him to do? T.L. Osborne said that there's two prayers that God can never answer. Number one, when we ask Him to do something He's already done. And number two, when we ask Him to do something He told us to do. God has already done everything He needs for the whole world to be saved. He commanded us to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So, when we pray for the lost to be saved, our own hearts become burdened with the need to go witness to the lost. The purpose of prayer is not so much to try to get God to do what we want. Rather, the purpose of prayer is for us to become more like God. Prayer changes our thought processes, our attitudes, our ideas. With our prayers, we can change ourselves so that our thoughts more closely reflect God's thoughts. Prayer, when done properly, is a humbling experience because you become aware of how big God is and how small we are. We should all pray as Catherine Kuhlman prayed, "All of Thee, Lord, and none of me." And so when you pray, pray with humbleness.